This video contains spoilers. If you have not seen the movie yet, you have been warned. Saying that Spider-Man Brand New Day is the best Spider-Man movie since the original Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire came out all the way back in 2004 is not an exaggeration. This movie has a certain feel to it, like it is a comic book, and I know Marvel movies are taking inspiration from the comic books, but this one feels like an actual comic book or an episode of the 90s Spider-Man animated show. Let's go over the plot and I'll give my honest take on it. So, the movie opens with Peter dealing with the responsibility of being Spider-Man, but this time he's entirely alone. He has no friends, no Aunt May, and no self-identity. He states in the beginning that sometimes Spider-Man has to do the right thing even if it breaks Peter Parker's heart. And he does exactly that. After the events of No Way Home, he has embraced the spider within and put the human behind, and this is shown perfectly with his mutations. His arachno DNA overflows, resulting in an improved spidey sense, making him stronger and giving him organic webs, but comes at a cost with a headache and also makes him more violent. This is caused by his arachno DNA trying to take over, sidewinding his human self. This is the perfect setting for someone to deal with a split personality, and the movie asks a simple question. Who does he want to be, the spider or the man? Before I dive deeper into the plot, I want to talk about some parts that stood out to me in the beginning, where the movie recreated some of the comic book panels. You know which ones I'm talking about. Before watching the movie, this led me to believe that they were going to kill off Peter in the end and somehow have the symbiote from No Way Home that came in the end revive him, recreating that comic book cover from Kraven's Last Hunt, where he gets out of the grave with the black suit, but that didn't happen. And instead of that, at the end of the movie, when the Punisher was aligning his sniper, I was like, wait, are they actually doing it? And walked in my theater seat expecting him to protect Jean Grey from getting shot, but they didn't go that far as to kill him. He was just in a really bad state, to put it simply. But at least they recreated that panel from the Civil War comic book where Punisher brings Spider-Man to the hospital, which is also a great panel. So I suspect that this thing with coming out of the grave with the black suit will be for the future. I sure hope it is for the future. So let's go over the plot and the characters. First, let's start with the Hulk. He is also in the movie, and we get to see the best on-screen Hulk ever since the first Avengers, and the fight with Spider-Man is amazing. My only complaint here is that it was shorter than I expected it to be, but it was still enjoyable. As for the Hulk himself, he has been sidewinded for the last couple of years, and we were stuck with this stupid Professor Hulk version for so long that seeing the original Monster Hulk was such a breath of fresh air. I really hope that Marvel sticks with him, especially for Secret Wars and eventually after that. As for the Punisher, he was unfortunately tuned down to match the movie's overall tone, so he's not killing people like in his shows. While I expected this to be the case, I did not expect him to put on the Spider-Man mask at the very end and pretend to be Spider-Man from the hospital window while Peter is trying to leave it. That just shows their bond, although the movie has become stronger. Earlier, I mentioned Jean Grey, and have to say, this is the worst kept casting secret of all time. When Sadie Sink was first announced to star in the movie, it wasn't that obvious who she was playing, but when the leaks started to come out and when the trailer dropped that basically confirmed that she is Jean Grey. I mean, guys, she has red hair, that's like the biggest confirmation. I remember watching some theories about this, how she is playing Silk or Peter's daughter from the future, which kind of doesn't make sense since this street level movie, it doesn't have that many non-street level elements, but yeah, people were just making things up just for the love of the game. As for her performance in the movie, it was phenomenal. I gotta be honest, I haven't watched Stranger Things, but I had high expectations because a friend of mine hyped her up and she really delivered on the performance side. The way she's introduced as the mysterious antagonist going into people's heads, attacking damage controls buildings and looking for this VMAX thing, you are left to wonder why she is doing all of this and what is VMAX. Eventually, it is revealed that she has a sister which she is searching for. Her sister was abducted from damage control for experiments, and near the end of the movie, when she is being also experimented on, she looks up and sees a vent with the label Vent Max. Parts of the label are cut off, and this results in VMAX. And this is the point when she realizes that's what her sister saw before she got eventually killed from the same experiments that were conducted on her. And this results in her absolutely losing it and unleashing her power in a 1 kilometer radius, freezing everybody. Honestly, this is a valid crash out. In the end, I liked how she had a change of heart after going into Peter's mind and listening to Aunt May's advice, which also she gave to Peter all the way back. After everything's cleared, Peter meets Ned and they do their handshake and he realizes who Peter is. When that happened, I had the biggest smile on my face. The CEO broke the spell, guys. Overall, the movie is peak Spider-Man. The story, the visuals, the web swinging, the characters, they were all amazing. And they reminded me of the original Tobey Maguire movies I and many others grew up with. The movie is a solid 10 out of 10 and I can't wait to see Tom Holland as Spider-Man again in the future.